Tim, why are you wearing a hood in June? Because the mosquitoes are trying to suck the lifeblood out of me. Ooh, did you see that one just go by? That's why I'm wearing a hood. What's up, guys? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. This is the Baton 4. Just got this from Olight. Super cool flashlight because you can charge it in its base. Also, the Baton in this size is a go-to for me for EDC. As always, this guy comes with a charging cord, a lanyard, and some instructions. And real quick, at the time of this video, they're having a sale. So head over to the Olight website, links down below, see if you can get some discounts and some quality gear. So that's what your charging case looks like. Really cool design for this one. And there's the back. They had one that came out not too long ago. It had sort of like a Toyota old school coloration. It was in an arc felt. I love that light. Just a cool light. I don't keep all my, man, these mosquitoes. I don't keep all my Olights, honestly. I pass them on to other folks every once in a while. I try to hook somebody up who maybe hasn't had an Olight before. But there are some Olights that I just love, and this size Baton is one of those. I love the coloration of this one. It's got that gold. It's got kind of, it's like a bluish, grayish color. Super compact. If you haven't seen this before, here's your charging case. You drop it in, close it up, and it's going to charge up. You've got your little port here that you're going to plug the line into here and then plug it into your wall. Again, just a cool little thing that you can carry this around. I love the idea that you can charge up the case and then put your flashlight in and then keep this with you. And so your flashlight isn't just going to die on you randomly. It's sitting in this case, so it's ready to go. And you just keep an eye on the number on the side. So that says, can you see that? 36 right now. So I want to charge this to get this up to 99 or 100 fully charged. But it comes to you ready to rock and roll. You can see the green light there, which means that it does have some power. Let me give you the breakdown on time. And I want to tell you just right off the bat, as soon as I picked this up, I was like, that thing feels lighter than the other Batons of this size. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're using mosquitoes. They're using better materials or lighter materials, but yeah, it just feels lighter to me. Let me talk through your outputs here. You have your Moonlight that's going to run for 0.5 lumens for 30 days. You got your low 12 lumens that's going to run for 35 hours. Your medium 60 lumens for 8 hours. Your high is going to go from 600, 300 to 60. 7 minutes, 72 minutes, 16 minutes. And then your turbo goes 1300, 600, 300. That's 1.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and then 73 minutes. So you've got up to 1300 and down to 0.5. 2.48 inches from end to end and 0.83 across your bezel and 1.85 ounces for your weight, including the battery. Way to go, Olight, way to go. So many companies, they talk about the flashlight and they give you the weight, but there's no battery included in the weight. Why would that be helpful? Because you have to put a battery in to use it. So it's not going to be helpful to know what the weight is unless you have a battery in it. They did it, so good job. More companies definitely need to do that. Now, as far as your function, the side switch is right there. Hold it down. It's going to come on at your Moonlight or your lowest lumen setting, and then you're basically going to hold it down, turn it on, and then hold it. It's going to cycle through low, medium, high. So you see low, medium, high. It doesn't go all the way back down to your Moonlight. Double click, it'll go to turbo. So there's your turbo. Triple click, it'll give you your strobe. So strobe warning, 1, 2, 3. There's your strobe. Click it again, and it's going to go off. Hold it down, and it's going to come on. Keep holding it down. It's going to go into your lockout mode. So when you press this, usually they have a red light in the middle, but they're along the side now, but you don't see the little red light coming on. But when you hold it down and keep it held down, it's going to go into your lockout mode, so you won't bump it and have it go on. To get it out of that, just hold it down, and eventually it'll click back into, now it can be used mode. Now you can see the light is on. On the side here, we've got a battery, little indicator, and then we have the light indicator. When you turn it on, there's lights along the side that are going to light up to basically say you're at which setting, and then also how much battery power you have. So let me turn it off and then turn it back on, and you can see the green lights there. A little bit hard to see because it's not super dark, but we're going to take this out into the night and use it anyhow. But honestly, super lightweight, and I love that it's got a portable charging station. Now let me pause right here. Let me pause right here and say something. I've worked with Olight probably since they started, and I have liked their products consistently. I will say that there are some Olight products I'm just not a huge fan of, and that's the nature of any products. I love Tops knives, but they make some knives I'm just like, I would just never use that. I'm not a huge fan of it. So what I tend to do is when they offer me products to review, I say, I want to check that one out because I think I'm going to like that based on past ones. And some of the ones that they might send to me, I'm like, I'll pass because I don't really want to use that. They're like O clips. I think those are great. They've also got, I forget the name of it now, but it's a little round one that you can spin off its base and then put it back on. I think those are great. You could put on a pack, but that's not something I really want to review because I just don't use it that often and it's not going to be super functional for me. I want something that could punch light out into the night that I can use for EDC. You got to find things that work for you. Like I found things that work for me. And now that I've worked with Olight for years, I can kind of tell if they want to send me that, I'm just going to say pass because I'm not interested in testing it or using it because it doesn't have a lot of use in my life. It's like if somebody sent me a dive knife, I'd be like, it's cool, but I don't dive ever, so I can tell you what it feels like when I stick my hand underwater, but I can't tell you what it's like to dive with it and use it. So again, I'm telling you that because do your homework, find out what lights work best for you, and Olight is regularly doing sales. And so when a sale pops up and it's gonna add an advantage to your life to have that type of flashlight, that's when I would say, go ahead and purchase one. All right, that being said, let's take this bad boy out into the night, test it out. All right, first test here, we're gonna try this at dusk, which is often a challenging time to see because you can like sort of see, but you can't see totally great. So let's turn this guy on. There's your moonlight setting. Obviously that's not gonna do very much, but let me go up to the higher settings. You can see, there it is without, there it is with the light, so it's definitely helping. And then, I mean, look at that. That makes quite a bit of difference despite the fact that it's not really, really dark out yet. And then there's your turbo. Definitely giving you a ton of light. So this is kind of a cool shot because obviously you can see the light of the sky. You can see the lights from our rental unit next to us, but definitely out this way where my hand's pointing, out that way, very dark. So let's run through this again. Moonlight setting. Not really doing a lot at this, this level of darkness, but as it goes up, I mean, this is with no light. Pretty much, I can see that there's like a little rock formation ahead of me, but not much beyond that. And then that's at your high setting. And then let's go to turbo here. So there's your high, here's your turbo. And again, I mean, I could see as far as there's a structure off there in the distance, but yeah, huge difference with this tiny little light, man. Really giving you a lot of light. Hotter center, but it's pretty floody overall. I mean, I can see side to side, I can see probably 35 feet across this whole light that this is putting out here. All right, now I'm down on a path that's not far from our house, and it's dark. I wouldn't want to really walk out here at night. That's that dark. So here's your moonlight setting. There's your low. There's your medium. There's your high again. And so, I mean, obviously with this, I can see way down the path and then double click, go to turbo. Looks like there might be, oh, yep, there's a deer, looks like straight ahead. I don't know if you guys can see the, let's see if you can get closer to this guy. Or if you could see his eye reflecting back. All right, there's a real life test right there. So I ran this guy on both the highest setting and the turbo setting, and yet the battery setting, it still has full power. So it's not like this thing has drained out completely, which is awesome. Yeah, I mean, tiny little light, and yeah, I'm walking up to that deer. Clearly it is, it's it's creating enough light that the deer can't see me. It can smell me, it can hear me, but it's kind of like, I'm not exactly sure what that is. We're in a very wooded area, but also a very populated area. And so I'm sure they smell humans all the time. I'm sure they're like, what's that noise? And maybe it's a little bit closer, but that light was so bright, it definitely was not like, oh, look, there's someone approached me very easily. So, I mean, I'm sure it just washed out its vision. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, this is like an EDC light that I would use just around, you know, the house or at work or whatever. But having a little light like this with you, even out in the woods, is a great thing. And it does have, see if I can show you, it does have that switchback option, which I don't think I mentioned in the early part of the video, and that allows you to put it on a hat so you can be hands-free as well. So I'll roll the price in right here so you can pick them up, and this is the time of this right now with Father's Day 2025. But usually what happens is they have a sale and then the price goes up back to a normal price, and then eventually it just sustains there. It doesn't go up super high, and sometimes it drops back down a little bit lower. So yes, if you want to pick one of these up for EDC or just everyday use when you're even out in the woods, I think this is a cool light to check out. So thanks for checking out the video. I'd be glad to hear your thoughts and feedback on this Olight Baton. This is the 4, and let's get that conversation started in the comment section now. Take care.